Hello, good evening. It's Monday again. Please do excuse the no makeup look, but it's just been far too hot today. Yeah, been far too hot. So yeah, please do excuse the lack of makeup. So tonight I thought I would have another play with the turtles, the Turtle Friends bundle. So I had a little play last week. Oh, hi Alison. I had a little play last week and as you can see the cat's come to join me. And I did some alcohol backgrounds for my turtle, but I thought I would have another play this week just because they're so cute and I love them. So that's what we're going to have a play with, and I thought I would start with some inspiration from the catalogue. So bear with me while I turn you down. You can look at my lovely ceiling. There we go. Make sure you can see it all in the frame. So the turtle bundle is on page 56 of the catalogue, and they're just so cute. And it's next to this, the Stellar Birthday, on page 57, which is great for kids, but more so I just recently yesterday had a play with the Give It a Whirl dies, and I won't share the card that I made with it yet because it is for someone and they haven't received it yet, so I don't want to spoil the surprise. But tonight I thought I would take some inspiration from this one, and it's just so cute because in the stamp set you've also got the little grass, the little stamp that looks like grass, so you can do this effect up here. But actually I wanted to have a go at maybe making something like this, maybe not quite exactly the same, but as I've got a couple of birthday cards that I'm late in sending, I thought it would be ideal to spend some time making them. So that's what we're going to have a play with tonight. How are you, Alison? And I've got this cute little bow tie. Honestly, these stamps are so cute. So first things first, I'm going to cut my base. And I'm using no, not Whisper White, Basic White. And this is Basic White Thick, just because I want to be able to add an extra bit of colour. So my base, I haven't decided on yet, so I haven't cut that yet. Yeah, I'm good, thank you, Alison. So I'm going to cut this at 3 7/8 because I want to do a slimline card, not a mini slimline card, although that would be amazing. Can use the little mini turtles to do a mini slimline card. And I'm going to cut this at 7 7/8 because I want to do a 8x4 essentially card. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat and hay fever, and oh, what a day. I just have to wheel my chairing. So I've got loads of little things that I want to have a play with, so I thought I would use a combination of things. So I'm using the small circle from the watercolour shapes to create a sun, and I thought I would use the rays from After the Storm and the clouds to create a bit of a sky scene, and then I'm going to use the grass or grass, whichever you prefer. The grass from this bundle, which is a tiny little stamp, but I thought I would use the grass to create a bit of a bottom half, and then weirdly, I know, but in this Beauty of Friendship we've got this little stamp here which is for the shadow under the trees, but I thought I would use it with the grass to create a little bit of depth, I suppose. So I did and ah about just cutting green, but I thought this would be much nicer. So to do the grass, I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going to randomly stamp, maybe in a couple of different first and second generation stamps. And randomly organised, you know how that goes. I'm not always very good at random. Okay, and then using the Granny Apple Green again. So I might do a couple that are full strength. Nearly. Sorry, my little brain's wearing away, so I've gone quiet. So as you can tell, I'm just winging it. I had a little brainwave, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to like it. What I might actually just do very quickly is just with a bit of, with my blending brush, just go over the bottom of that. Just take off some of the extra. No, I don't like that. We're going to turn over. Good job, there's two sides to every bit of card. I will use the grass detail from the stamp set, but I didn't like the other stamp. Are you still at Starbucks, Alison? Okay. Now I'm going to do the grass. Just a little bit of detail. Oh, you got home at 4:30. You must be shattered. Gallivanting around the country. There, that's better. Prefer that one. Okay. So it's just, so for the sky, I'm going to test it on here, see if I like it. So I have also, from the Give It a Whirl dies, I have also die cut some clouds. So if I don't like them, which I just love the stitching on these clouds, I have to say. So I have die cut some clouds. Yeah, I bet it was an early start for you. I bet you don't get an early night either. So I'm going to test it on the back side because I did a little test earlier and I did quite like the way it came out. So, but that wasn't on here. So let's just have a go. I might do it full strength. Okay, and then using the rays from the after the, I'm going to stamp it off as she quickly remembers. That was a close, not that it matters because this is the test one. There is method in my, excuse me, there is method in my madness. I just want to check to see what this looks like. Okay. So I've got balmy blue for the clouds. So I'm going to do the sun, which obviously isn't a sun, it's the watercolour shape, but for me it's the sun. And then we'll stamp the rays. We must have a Zoom session, Alison. A Zoom crafty session, although it won't be long before we're actually together in person, doing some crafting. I might just add the detail, the line detail. Children playing. How very dare they? Get that bit of haze around the sun. Has it been hot as well for you today? Wasn't too bad here until this afternoon. Okay, cloud. Okay. Oh yeah. Right, so on a bit of scrap. And now I can't find my turtles. There they are. It's just so cute. And of course I've got to have my punch. So I want to make sure down the bottom. I know, isn't this weather fabulous? I know some people don't like it, but I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So I'm going to stamp him in. Actually, I was going to stamp him in Granny Apple Green, but I'm actually going to stamp him in Evening Evergreen. I'm loving it. I am loving this weather too. I just love on my lunch break I can sit out to have my lunch. And I've just watched the weather and it says it's going to be 27 here at the weekend. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. So I am going to stamp his shell in Granny Apple Green. Just because it would be rude not to. And then I'll colour him. I'll colour the rest of it maybe in a bit of crumb cake. So, and obviously photopolymers, easy to line up. Not that I need to tell you that. But for anybody watching on replay, oh, he's so cute. So yes, unfortunately I've missed a couple of birthdays. I am very lax. To be honest, I don't know whether the time's just run away with me. So yeah, I think a bit of crumb cake for his body. Bullet tip. How long now until you get your kittens? They must be growing at a great rate of knots. So fortunately, I'm not sticking my tongue out while I'm colouring. I'm just so pleased this weather's sticking around for a little bit. So obviously you don't have to colour in the shell, I just don't want so much white. So I'm saying on his shell, but of course it could be a girl. send that back in. Cute. So I'm going to punch him out. So like most people, I find it easier to turn it upside down so I can make sure that I can get an even white border around the edge before I punch. Like so. There he is. Okay. So we could add some white cloud, but I quite like it. It's maybe not that artistic, but I like it. Okay, let me just move some stuff to the side. Okay, and we also need to stamp the happy belated birthday, sorry I was slow. Oh, my terrible coloured block. That's disgusting. Honestly, Joanna. We'll use that one instead. Could have sworn I said to myself last week that I would clean it. So, I might stamp it in. Let's have a look to see what it looks like in Evening Evergreen. Quite like it because it's not as harsh as black. Yeah. 11th of July. Wow. Oh, and we get the new we get a look at the new mini catalogue soon as demonstrators. Lucky us. Another good reason to sign up to be a demonstrator. Get early access. So I think I might actually might pick up Balmy Blue for the background. So I'm just going to cut make sure I've picked up Balmy Blue for a start. What do you think? Balmy Blue? And Alison, you're good at these things. Balmy Blue. Could pick out Evening Evergreen. You like the Balmy Blue? Okay, fair enough. Sold. That was easy. Now stay over there, George. My friend's got a tortoise, not a turtle, called Percy. Such a great name. And he's got his buddy Walter visiting. So cute. And we're going to score. Cut this down to 8. And score out 4. Perfect. Get my bone folder. flap. So it's still a relatively simple card. Fits, just checking. They look like molehills. Should have done them in brown. And I think George deserves to be on dimensionals. But let me just cut out this first. She says not getting it overly straight. Cut that down a little. And just take a teensy bit off. There. Can't pick it up because of my nails. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm getting my hair cut tomorrow. Haircut tomorrow. Yay, yay, yay. Let me just refer back to... So I might just sponge around the edge of that. What do you think? Or does that stand out enough? Can't tell from here. Get my dimensionals. I'm going to put my dimensionals on there. I know, I should be using my minis, I will do, I promise. I just love the big ones. There. No soggy middle. Saggy middle. Kind of feel like I want to add a balloon. Shocking? Not shocking. What did I say? Balloon, 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 balloon. So there's a great balloon in the hippo. It's only a little balloon. Or let me just where's the other balloon? Oh, there we go. Woodland Wonder, which is retiring. Big dimensionals, I know. Sorry. And so many of them. I know. So, Woodland Wonder, unfortunately, is retiring. I feel like I want to stamp a couple of balloons around that. We'll clean these off properly. Yeah, I think I might stamp a little balloon there. Just because I can. I know, big dimensionals, and I didn't even cut them down either. I love big dimensionals. I'm very much of the, I'm just going to check this because I think, oh no, it's okay. I think I need a re-ink on my Memento. Been a while. I'm just gonna, there. So he's gonna go there, so just gonna start up there. And then I'm gonna colour this in, and I'm going to do it. Oh no, you won't with bated breath. Polished pink. I know it's a pop of colour, but it is for a woman, so. So yes, I was going to do it in light, but I changed my mind. And my colour lifter. I prefer the dark polished pink. Snips. Leave the snips. Yeah, not long to wait now until the new mini catalogue. Ooh, exciting! I've seen for some of those demonstrators that went out to Maui, I've seen some of the things that they've shared for some of the Christmas things that are in. They look amazing. Shut your eyes, I'm going to use another big dimensional. I'm going to put that there. It's all going on dimensionals. What's wrong with me? Not sticking anything down. Okay. And then we'll put George down. So yeah, haircut tomorrow. Can't wait. September was the last time. Ah! Let's move some rubbish out of the way. Oh, I need to do an insert. Can't leave it nude. Okay, let's cut an insert. So let's just move it there. And I'm working on about 3 inches of desk. No, that's not large enough. Okay, so we'll do 3 3/4 for the inside. By 7 3/4. So it's a little bit of a bigger border on the inside, and then naturally need to stamp. I think it's only fair that we stamp the little shell because it's so cute, and the little bird. I mean, stay. And the little shell. Too cute. Okay, shell back. Okay. So we'll do the same evening evergreen. And granny apple green. For the tiny little maybe, just maybe, I'll also stamp the little party hat. Sorry if my head's getting in the way, by the way. These towels are so, whoop, so fun. Nearly dropped it. Nearly. So as we did the balloon in polished pink, we'll do the hat. In polished pink as well. I know, and I know, you know, in our world, it is now Christmas time. It's going to be delayed a bit for us for our mini catalogue. Okay, I'll leave that blank so I can write my apology for not sending sooner. Okay, let's bring the card back in and we'll okay. First card done. What do you think? Okay, let's move my grass out of the way before I lose it, because you know that's going to happen. So I haven't finished with the turtles yet, but I will just put that ground back and put that to one side. Okay. So I thought I would use, so I've been die cutting as well. Thank you. Over the weekend, so I have been die cutting with the Picture This dies. So I've just done it from the DSP, one in each colour. So I thought I would, it's not technically in rainbow order, but there. I thought I would use Fresh Freesia, as we use Polish Pink, maybe Pale Papaya, but I thought I would use, I just went on a bit of a die cutting frenzy, I don't know what's, I think the circles, I just decided as I was cutting one I'd cut a few. So I just cut this down to, I think I'm going to use Fresh Freesia, to normal layer, the 10.1 by 14.4. So I'm just going to move some things out of the way before I knock them all off my desk. So I thought what I could do is, using a layer of basic white, no donkeys in the holes this time, Alison, and I thought might stamp my turtles in the holes with maybe some of the other, maybe some other decorations, maybe the balloon, and a few other bits, and then that can be raised up. So that's the initial plan, although this is a bit flimsy, so it would need, unfortunately, it will need a lot of dimensionals. But I just think it's so cute, and you know, if you don't want to do any colouring, it's ideal. And so I want the other little, this other little turtle as well. So I've got the blue on that one, because then we can have them going both ways. So I'll just stick that on there. So I just want to line this up. And we've got the cute little bird. I don't know if you've seen that. Cute little bird. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, Alison, at least it wasn't the backings. So it's this cute little bird, which is just adorable. Oh, I'm going to use Memento for this. And again, it'll be a belated birthday. You just knocked your dimensionals in the holder everywhere. Well, at least it wasn't the back ends. You'll be hoovering them up for life. Honestly, I'll find them everywhere. So I'm just going to hover that so I know roughly where I want to stamp it before I take it away. So then sits there, good, just peeking in. Okay, and then we'll do no, I don't want to do them in that colour. Back up. We'll do this one directly in the middle. And we'll do this one going the other way. And it'd only be right to do just want to get, okay, just get the edge of the balloon. So we'd like to get a balloon there. And fresh freesia, I'm gonna, it's a bit monochromatic, but we'll colour it in. And the little birdie, we'll put the little birdie like that there. Put the little birdie in there. And just for a little pop of colour, we'll do polished pink and the little hearts. So these have got, this has got a little trio of hearts, which of course has cat hair on, because no outfit or card is complete without any cat hair. And just a little trio of hearts in there. Okay, so now we can do, let me put the lid back on the memento before I put my fingers in it. I suppose I should have my Charlotte Lily. Clean that off. Now we've got our little shells, which it doesn't matter which way they're facing, the shell will fit regardless. Which is just perfect. So easy to line up with it being photopolymer. Clean that one off and clean him off. And we'll get the big shell. We can move that out of the way. So really, actually, easy. Once you've die cut, it's really easy and straightforward. So we'll do polished pink again because, well, We don't want too much fresh freesia, and we've got fresh freesia all across the front. And of course our blends are alcohol and they're so quick. I just love them. So I'm just using this, which is our colour lifter. So as you can see, it just, hi Susie, it just takes a little bit of the colour out, so it just gives it a little bit of a sheen. It might not look like much at the moment, Susie, but I promise it will look, it will, well, it'll look alright, if nothing else. So let me just create a bit of space before I go knocking things flying. So, and we'll do body and crumb cake like we did on the others. So this is dark, but that's okay. I don't know if you can hear my cat meowing, I apologise if you can. Mabel's come to say hello. How are you, Susie? Enjoy your half term? Your pictures look lovely. As I'm colouring him in dark, I'm just going all over, or her. It doesn't matter if you go over the shell a bit, because it just gives a nice bit of texture. No. Oh, I'll tell you honestly, Susie, your pictures looked beautiful. So, so beautiful. Okay, and the others, I'm just going to do in light crumb cake. So they're just a little bit lighter. Of course, you can colour yours whatever colour you like. I mean, I don't know if you get pink turtles. I mean, I am tempted to do a card and just do a little bandana across and do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because that would just be cute. Can do the little red, what was it, red, blue, yellow and orange, wasn't it, for Ninja Turtles? Crikey, that's taking me back a bit. I used to love watching them as a kid. A little bit of shadowing. And then go back over with the light just to blend it in. and because it's alcohol, it just gives you a seamless blend. Red, blue, purple and orange. Oh, I said red, blue, yellow and orange. Or was it red, blue, purple and yellow? Oh, crikey, I don't know. It's been so long since I've watched them. Who knows? So, fresh freesia. So, it's got to be fresh freesia base, which I will cut. So, this is one of our new in colours, along with the polished pink, which is that colour. And then you've got pale papaya, soft succulent, and evening evergreen. So these are the dies that I'm using today, Picture This dies. But yeah, beautiful colours. So I'm pretty certain that any second now Mabel's going to come and make an entrance. I really hope not, because my desk is covered. She's going to send things flying. So I'll do a 10-fold card. So I'm going to score it at 14.85, not cut it, which I very nearly did then. So we'll score it first. Score once, cut once. Saves on time and effort. So score at 14.85 and cut at 10.5. Gives you two 10-fold card blanks. Oh, Donatello is purple, Leonardo is blue, Raphael is red. Okay, I believe you. I'll tell you honestly, it's been so long. Who's the other one then? Michelangelo. There you go. We'll get there eventually. Good memory, Suze. So this is going to go on here, like so. Then this is going to go on top, like so. Uh-oh. Four-legged incoming. Uh-oh. Pardon the cat. This is crafting when you've got cats. That is why you're a primary school teacher. Any day now, Bella. Crack on. Move along. Come on. Move along. Whatever you do not lie down. So apparently Bella wants me to finish. Not happening, sweetie pie. Come on. Good girl. Thank you. The trials and tribulations of crafting and working whilst at home. Honestly. Okay. So, anyway, back on track. It's a daily occurrence for me. I am used to it, to be fair. Look away, Alison, look away. Not only am I using the biggest of the biggest dimensionals that you can possibly get. So you do need a little bit of extra depth, a little bit of extra supportiveness. Yeah, I'm not going small, sorry Alison. So that should get both sides, and then we want a thin strip just because the DSP is just that little bit thinner, it just needs a bit of extra support. Honestly, she's been fast asleep the whole time. I know she's hot, but those of you with cats understand, or any pet to be fair. I'm sure dogs like to get in on the act as well. So I'm just putting it top and bottom, and then, sorry Alison, I'm going to cut some thin strips that I can split and put down the sides. Next week I can show you the card I made yesterday, but until the person's received it, I can't do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin what I hope is going to be a surprise. So I'm going to put this here, so it just gives a little bit of extra support when I place it onto the card. That's my cats for you. To be fair, I thought it was going to be Mabel. He's been rubbing around my legs, which I have to say isn't ideal when you've got shorts on. So I am going to use a lot of dimensionals on this. Just it's a little bit tight. I just need to trim that down a little bit, just to give it an extra bit of support. It's like the scaffolding. Okay, no, I think I can get away with dimensionals for the rest. Well, I can hear Alison shouting, "Step away from the dimensionals." Just want to make sure it doesn't have a saggy middle. None of us like having a saggy middle. You keep finding those hex. You do, Susie. You find the backings for the dimensionals everywhere. They just, it's like, I think it's the static or something. They just stick to you like glue. I find them downstairs where I'm not even crafting. So they must be stuck to me, stuck to my clothes. Don't know, forever picking them up. It's a bit like glitter, just gets everywhere. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to stand up for this so I can get it lined up. Okay. So it's a fun little card, which I'll then found one in the hotel room. Alison, you didn't even take craft stuff with you. I know, it's amazing. I say it's like glitter, it just gets everywhere. It is a bit of a joke now between those of us that use them. So I'm just going to put this in the middle, hopefully. Good thing about multi-purpose liquid glue, gives you the wiggle room. You can get it lined up perfectly. So see, and it just gives you that little bit of dimension, which obviously I will be posting it. So I need the extra dimensionals just to... See, mine's in strips. I'm hoping the dimensionals I've used today is in strips. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I won't be finding them everywhere. So I also need to do my sentiment, which again is for a belated birthday. Which, no, I don't want to use that scrap. I've got other scrap. So we'll use this bit of scrap. And I'll stamp in Memento. Just double checking I've got it inked up. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on this side, and I'm just going to line the top, the straight line of the happy belated birthday with the top of the cardstock, so hopefully I'll get it in a straight line. So Susie, I know you were saying about doing another class. If you want to do a kit class, you can have a look at the kits collection and pick one, because I am going to look at running another class, but I know you've still got some of your other... What am I doing? I need the trimmer to do the rest of it. Honestly, can't do and talk at the same time. And I know we've still got your paper pumpkin. And I've got some bits to send you as well, Suze. Got a little box. We can do both. If you have a look, so if you follow the link and have a look at the kits collection, so follow the link from the page, from this page, and it will have the kits collection there. Might trim that down a little bit more. Have a look, see which one you like, and they're varying. So there's two prices, and the caps come back, and there's two prices, honestly. One is because it includes a stamp and an ink spot, and one is because it is just a card kit putting together, no stamping required. So obviously the no stamping required is just that little bit cheaper. But obviously if you, but even the one with the stamp set, it's a really good price, and actually then obviously you've got the stamp set and the ink pad forever to reuse. I am actually going to stick this one down. But yeah, have a look, see which one you like, and then we can arrange a date. And I'll do a little bit in the middle as well, because it would be rude not to. Now, of course, it would be rude not to use our new in colour gems. All sparkly. So, obviously these come in all the different in colours, so as you can see they're really sparkly. So we've got the soft succulent, fresh freesia, evening evergreen, pale papaya and polished pink. Well, thanks Janice. And one more, and we'll do another big one because got to do it in threes because it's only right. So as you can see, I've made a bit of a mess tonight, even with the cat joining in. Honestly, can't get the staff these days. Can't get the staff. And of course, the great thing about these die cutting these is you get left with all of these. So the picture this dies come in an actual case, but I like to take mine out. So obviously, not only do you, so obviously I've used this one for this card, but then you get the negatives as well, which is perfect if you want to just add a little sentiment. You know, you could stamp directly onto the sentiment, and they're lovely because they're stitched as well. I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but it's stitched around the outside, which is just beautiful. Love stitching. And yeah, so obviously you get the rectangles, you get the circles. Honestly, I'm having a right proper play this weekend. So I had a play with the Give It a Whirl dies, but I can't show you the card. I will do next week. But yeah, and so you get all these as well. And of course, if you wanted to, you can make a nice balloon out of that. Not all balloons are oblong. So a bit of twine, I think, to add onto this. Maybe, or maybe a little bit of ribbon. I feel like it's very heavy in fresh freesia. So we can do a little bit of white, pick up the white, maybe do a nice bow. I need to do the inside. Yep, Kit's Collection, Susie. Yeah, have a look. So there's 10, and when they're sold out, they will release, the Stampin' Up will release more. So yeah, have a look. See which ones which one you fancy, or which ones you fancy, and then we can organise a class once you've decided. What's it doing? That. Ribbon share. Yours normally comes on a reel. It's just ideal if you've got a friend that you can go halves with. Do you know, if you don't want everything just for yourself, if it's going to be too much, you don't think you're going to be able to get through it all, it's perfect if you I'm going to do quite a, how many is there? 4. Yeah, if you, Notes of Cheer probably. Yeah, I thought you might like that one. Yeah, I have to say it's probably one of my favourites. In fact, if you want, I can show you. I've got it here, because as demonstrators we can pre-order. So I did order it just because it jumped out to me. Look at a bigger bow than that. But yeah, I love these dies, and the Give It a Whirl dies was actually easier to put together than I was imagining. I was thinking, oh, it's going to be complicated, but it's really not. Really, really not. Okay, just a little bit of detail in the corner. And then of course, perhaps if you don't have dimensionals stuck to your scissors, doesn't it? I'm sure the cat will pick that up later. She's made her debut on my lives. We'll see. Really can't get the staff these days. I must have a word with the security guard. So, I'm going to use a glue dot just to attach the ribbon, but as it's a bit big, I'm just rolling it around my Take Your Pick tool, just to make it a little bit smaller. Okay. And then can't believe half term's over. Well, it is here anyway. And I just want to tease them apart. There we go. And I'll just trim that down just a tad. Okay, and I just want to do the inside. Susie was fortunate or unfortunate enough to be my guinea pig for my first class, which, as she's coming back for a second, I'm hoping is a good sign. I am going to stamp. So normally I do it in the bottom left hand corner, but I feel like being a bit different and stamping some balloons at the top. Oh, thanks, Suze. Because we've got these little streamers, which I think will be just clean my stamp. It's not how you clean stamps, by the way. It's just how I'm cleaning stamps today. So actually, before I stamp the balloons, I'm just going to stamp the streamers. Just so I know roughly honest gov. Yeah. So I'm not going all the way to the bottom on this one. Just want to bring it down a bit. It was fun. We did the paper pumpkin, Janice. The bouquet of hope. Which is actually a really beautiful set. And of course isn't just for sympathy. And stamp another set. Stamp these. We'll stamp these over here at an angle. Slightly off. Another one a bit lower down. We did, thank you, Janice. There was 3 of us. And given that Susie isn't well versed in the world of card making, you did really well. Went off piste and did some beautiful cards. Actually, I've done that too far down. There we go. So I'm not going quite to the end of the stamp. Okay. So as we're using in colours, not that I can find my pens, I'll obviously be using polished pink, because use that. And we'll use a bit of fresh freesia and a bit of soft succulent. Maybe pale papaya. We'll see. So, bullet tip. So for those of you that are watching that don't know, our blends come in a combination pack of light and dark for each of the colours. And it's got a brush tip and a bullet tip. It's great fun to be creative. Like I said, you did great. I might do light soft succulent. And a bit of dark pale papaya, and yes, I know I haven't gone in rainbow order. And then fresh freesia because I think it'd be rude not to. And succulent again because I really do like this green. And these pens are just great, you don't have to be that precise. And because they're alcohol, they just evaporate and blend beautifully. So I am going to use our colour lifter again. So obviously you can see the dark line, which is to give the illusion of the light hitting it. I'll get my words out. And it may not seem a lot, but it just lightens it ever so slightly around that part, which just gives a highlight. And of course, if you've coloured outside the lines, it can also be helpful. I'm just cleaning my pen off occasionally so it doesn't. So no, you can just see it gives that highlight. So it gives the illusion of light hitting the balloon, which gives it a little bit of texture. If you can see that. Okay, so let me just make some space. Carnage in here. I'm going to stick this inside again. This is a belated birthday card and I do have a message to write in it, so I am going to leave the inside free of a sentiment. I'm just going to stick this inside. Okay. And there's our second card. So let me just clear some space. So that's the second card done. I might just, because I can. Not that I can find my take your pick tool. There it is. I'm loving this. The putty end of this is just brilliant. I'm going to use a bit of polished pink to just put that on there. No. Now I feel like it's done. Okay, so that was our second card. And you can see the remnants of the first. And this was our first card. So on this one I've used a range of stamps, mainly our watercolour shapes, and so I used the small circle from the watercolour shapes to create the sun and just dotted around. And then I've used this stamp set and this stamp to create the rays, and then use the small cloud for the background. And this bottom bit was just ink blending and using the grass, this little grass stamp from the Turtle Friends, and obviously the punch to punch it out. So there you go. Hope you like them. Which one's your favourite, if you've got one? It's absolute carnage on my desk now. I've got die cut bits all over the place. I did cut some clouds out from the Give It a Whirl dies, but I'll use them on something else. It's always handy to have. Thank you Janice. It's just something, it's really simple, doesn't take very long, and I did stamp the inside with the little turtle. Yeah, I think that one's probably my favourite, and I do like creating scenes, so that's why I got this one. It's got some beautiful, just some tiny little birds in, which I could probably stamp, which I'm going to now I've seen it, because it would be rude not to. And of course the beauty of these being so small is that you can put them on a block together. Thanks Janice. I'll stop now. Okay, step away from the cards, Joanna. Step away from the cards. Okay. Well, thank you very much for joining me, and I will be back next Monday. I think I'll be having another play with the Give It a Whirl dies. I would turn around, but honestly, you don't want to see my face. I've got no makeup on. So yeah, so I'll be back next Monday, where I'm going to play with the Give It a Whirl dies, and we'll have a look to see. Oh, thanks for all the hearts, people. Thanks, Alison. Yeah, and we'll have something fun to play with, but I expect I'll be playing with the turtles again very soon, because I just love these little turtles. For those of you that weren't here last week, I also made this one with the turtle, just doing some alcohol blending in the background, which also is another fun one. So I think I may be having another play with that for definite. So thank you very much everybody, take care, and I'll see you next week.